pretty.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
You are too.
I was about to say, am I? Dang cool. Guess what?
What?
I just want to be super cute with you right now because you know why?
Why?
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back. I'm Sean.
And I'm Jen.
And we are back with part 2.
Yes, so these are controversial questions. I forget what it said. Controversial.
It's all the way up there.
Oh, well, I screwed up.
Yep.
Controversial relationship questions to ask your partner. Mm-hmm. There you go. Find the question.
She's like, I'm going to take you away from where you were. Let's see.
Yeah. I found it.
Yay! She remembered the number.
So if you missed part 1, we will have a link in the description below for you to check out. And so far they haven't been too controversial, but we'll see how this video goes. And yeah, are we ready to get into it?
Yeah, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Also preface, if you have any comments or any answers to these questions, leave a comment below. If you have a significant other that you want to argue with in the chat or in the comments, let us know. Do it. Just argue back and forth. Have a conversation.
In the comments.
Yeah, in the comments.
Ooh,
but yeah, and then we'd be like, But yeah. So you ready?
Yes.
All right. Is it okay to have different political beliefs in a relationship?
I would say yes, as long as they are compatibly different. Or you really don't care what the other one thinks about the world. I have a friend who is married to someone with completely opposite political beliefs. And for a little while, they actually separated because of it. But they're back together, and I'm super happy about that because I love them together. Their political beliefs are incredibly different, like as far to the other end of the spectrum as you can go. But somehow they found a way to either ignore how the other one sees the world or accept how the other one sees the world. I don't pry, so I don't know. I just see what I see and go, okay, I like it. I also think it depends on the person. As long as the beliefs are compatible.
It also depends on the belief. Like, it depends on like what that person's standing for and how hardcore they stand for it. Because, there's some political beliefs and some things that you're like, well, yeah, like, I don't know an example, but like a smaller crime, maybe not having such a jail sentence or whatever.
Yeah.
And the other person's like, no, all criminals should go to jail. That's like...
but that's still able to be ignored, I think.
Yeah.
I think where it comes into question is human rights.
Yes,
I think if you can at least agree on where you stand on human rights and what being a good person means, I think there's where it can be compatible. Like, if I was with somebody that was like, gay people are the worst and they should burn in hell or something, I'll be like, yeah, we're not compatible at all. I couldn't introduce you to any of my friends, and I mean, you hate me now, so like, okay, we're done here. That wouldn't be compatible. But if I was with somebody that wasn't vegan and they were like, well, animals, schmanimals, whatever, and it's global warming's not a thing, I'll be like, well, that's kind of not how I see the world, but it's not a deal breaker. When
her and I first got together, I ate meat.
Yeah, he wasn't vegan.
And here's the thing. She was such an awesome girlfriend at the time that she would actually make me like kielbasa and things like that.
I would still cook for him. I would still cook his food. But even though it was meat, because I wasn't going to force my political/health agenda on him. So that was a compatibility. But like, there are some political views that if we're not compatible on, then no, absolutely not. So it just depends. There's my answer.
Yeah, I agree with that. It really depends on what that belief is and what extreme that person is with that belief.
Yeah.
Can relationships indeed be equal, or is there always a power dynamic?
There is on Saturdays.
But that's not a relationship thing. That's work.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
No. Okay, wait. I'm actually going to tell this story. So the other day... Okay, starting from the top, I come across as a very powerful person, I guess, which is kind of weird because I think I'm a goober, but like... People expect me to wear the pants in a relationship consistently because I'm a very like take charge person. I'm the captain, and I guess that means that people would assume that I am in charge and that there is a power dynamic and I am on top in this relationship. that assumption has been made several times. And I'm okay with that assumption, is mostly because people see me being your boss at cons and you consistently doing what I say because they see us outside of the house.
Like, just preface, because we're in Noise Complaint together. She's the director.
Yeah.
So I technically work for her during cons and rehearsals. So me being former military, being a person who's been in the corporate world for so long, I understand the power, the hierarchy. Like, that's my boss.
On Saturdays.
And at con weekends. So if my boss says, hey, can you go get the prop bag? Or, hey, you need to do this. Guess what? I do it.
And if there's something I need to, I don't want to say scold, but like reprimand you for, he listens. He understands that he's being reprimanded by his boss because he did something wrong. So there is a power dynamic there just because of that. And that's what people see most of the time. But the other day, we had to get some work done on the house, and he told me, you can't be here when that happens. And I was like, okay, no problem. And it's because I have OCD. If you don't know anything about that, we do have a video on that. It's in our vlogs playlist. It is tough for me to handle when somebody comes into my house, and it's just easier if I'm not there and he deals with it. So somebody was coming over to do some work on the giant hole in our house, and he was like, you can't be here. I said, okay, I agree. I will leave. And he just kind of said, I will let you know when you can come back to the house. You are absolutely not going to be here. And he said that to me for other things. Like when we moved in, I was not allowed to be a part of the move because I was like, but I want to help. And he goes, absolutely not. You are not allowed to be part of this move. I was like, but, and he was like, no, foot down. I'll let you know when you can come in. Because it would just be so much easier for him if I was not there. And I get that with the OCD, because otherwise I'd be like, why are you touching that? Wait, that person can't go here. And I'd be like an anxiety ball. So like, he was right. So my friend says, when I told her, oh yeah, I can't go home until Sean says I can. And she goes, what? And then I explain, and she goes, I'm going to say something that's going to seem a little weird. I'm like, what? She goes, I'm really, really glad to hear that. I was like, what? Okay. And she goes, yeah, because I kind of assumed you wore the pants in the relationship. So it's kind of nice to see Sean being assertive and giving you an order. And I was like, oh, actually, that makes sense, because she only ever sees me being the boss. And then so for her to be relieved that there isn't like a constant I'm in charge power dynamic, actually, I loved that she was relieved to see that. And it was nice for me to be able to show people that we are equals in this relationship. He knows when it's time for him to put his foot down, and I know when it's time for me to put my foot down. And we also talk about everything, and we agree on everything. So
also, I'm type B, so I'm usually really relaxed. So like when I put my foot down, it's like, hey, I think we should do this.
She's like, okay. On the OCD stuff, you
on
are
the OCD stuff, I'm definitely, because
that.
If she's here, it's going to make a lot more work for me.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong, and I respect that. I respect that a lot. And he knows that I'm like always wanting to help and be a part of things, and he knows when to tell me, yeah, no, absolutely not. I will not accept that. Please leave. And I'm like, okay. Because I respect him enough to go, okay, he has a reason he's asking me for that, so I'm going to respect that. Can relationships be equal? Yes. Is there sometimes in every relationship a power dynamic shift? Yes. So it just depends. But that's how our relationship works.
And there are certain things, like it's like a sliding scale based on what the matter is, because there's some things that I take charge on, and there's some things that she takes charge on.
Yeah, if it's a scheduling thing, I'm in charge of that. If it's a house thing, he takes charge of that. If it's about his DJing or his art and I'm assisting him with that, yes, the power dynamic is that he's up here and I'm here because I have to do what he says because he's the professional and I'm the one helping him. And then it switches when we do anything with music, you know? Like, it just, I think as long as respect is there, a power dynamic is fine, especially if it has its place. So... Sorry, long answer to that question, but I thought that story was funny, and I really was not offended that she said that, and I was really happy that she was happy that he has, like, a stake in this relationship.
she's happy that I had the balls to stand up to Jen.
I kind of, yeah, because I come across as a ball buster, actually.
But it like I said, that's at work.
Yeah.
But at home, it's like, she'll be like, hey, the best thing is that after like rehearsal, she'll go, I'm really sorry if I was hard on you for messing up. And I'm like, you're fine. You pointed out that I messed up, and then you showed me what was needed to be done, and then we were fine.
Yeah.
And she goes, but I'm really sorry if I yelled at you. Stop apologizing.
Every single time.
So she might be a ball buster in the moment, but she's the first one with a Band-Aid afterwards. But yeah, so is it okay to have different preferred levels of being organized? Is it okay?
No, it's not. I think yes, as long as you respect each other's like space. Mm-hmm. He is allowed to have his office as unorganized as he wants to a degree, as long as it's not gross. And I mean, like, leaving food wrappers around, anything that can attract bugs or ants or anything.
But a doom pile here and there.
A doom pile here and there, please do that in your office. Right now we're sharing an office because we have a giant hole in our house, which we will get into in another vlog. But yeah, no, not in my office. Thank you.
Different organization is possible to be different for different people. You just need to understand and figure out how to work it and how to arrange it in different areas.
Yeah,
you know?
And I let doom piles slide a lot. Like right now there's a doom pile of socks right there. And there is some fun disorganization happening in this room. And right now I'm okay with that because I have other things that are more pressing than for me to go, hey, we need to spend time getting rid of these things and doing this. But he also respects the fact that sometimes clutter can really affect me and cause me stress and anxiety. So when I say, hey, I really, really need this place to be organized right now, and I give him that look that's like, or I will have some kind of anxiety issue, he goes, okay, on it, I got it, let's do it. So he respects when it affects me, and I respect him needing the doom piles, I guess, or not having time to deal with them. So, yes, it depends. All these answers are, it depends.
Is it okay to have different preferred levels of extravagance and spending?
That depends.
Depends on the levels and what you can afford.
Depends who is doing the extravagant spending and who is bringing in the money that you spend with. We have pretty even income right now. And supplementary income, I think one of us brings in more than the other. But the supplementary income is used to benefit both and is not something that is like spent without both people agreeing what it's spent on. But like if I bought stuff online today. I bought new jazz boots to teach in. He doesn't buy anything. I buy things. He doesn't buy anything. But he respects the fact that I always talk to him about my purchases before I make it. So I think that's the answer. As long as you are both okay with the spending when you spend it, it is okay to have different levels of spending habits. I spend more money. I also make sure that he knows that I'm spending that money and that I thought about that purchase before just making it.
But you know? I'm also the one that like, I won't buy something unless I absolutely need it. I'm one of those people, I'll just wear the same clothes for the next 20 years. But she's one of those people that are like, hey, you really need a new pair of pants. Yours are too big now. You need to fit, you know, the blah, blah, blah. And then she'll, hey, I ordered these for you.
Hey, yeah, you didn't have any shorts that fit for the longest time. And I was like, I ordered you 7 pairs of shorts. And he goes, 7? I was like, they were on sale. I got them for $3 each. He goes, 7.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, so I don't have an issue with her buying. She always, you know, asks me if it's okay. I think she low-key just wants to show me what she's getting to be excited. But
and
no,
to be excited on how much money I saved.
Yeah, but the thing is that she knows, like, there'll be times, like, we had just, you know, spent a lot of money on the house, so she's like, I want this, but I can't buy this. Like, last night, we were at the grocery store. We spent $170 on just groceries and stuff for the house, and
I wanted the emotional support dumplings.
There's this stuffed little thing that has, like, these little emotional support dumplings.
They're like little Chinese dumplings.
And she wanted it, but then she was like...
It's $15. I don't need it. It's going to sit on a bench, and I'm not really... It's not even huggable. Like, I'm not going to use it. We should spend that money on other things. But, like, he's sitting here wearing a pair of shoes that's literally causing him pain because he doesn't want to get a new pair of shoes. And I was like, oh my God, let's get you a new pair of shoes. And so it's been fighting him tooth and nail to try to get him to even order a new pair of shoes. Mm-hmm. I'm so mad about it. So it's okay to have different levels of extravagance and spending, as long as you both discuss the purchase or lack of purchase.
Like, I'm going to be honest. In my last relationship, I was just moving down. I was working full time at a place, and I was making okay money. And my girlfriend at the time worked at a gas station part time, not making very good money. And she needed a car. Her and her sister shared a car, and she needed a car. And she was like, "My dad was showing me this car, and he thinks it's a good deal." It was not a good deal. It was $9,000 with payments for a 199,000 mile Acura Accord. Not a good deal. And I told her that. I said, you shouldn't get this one. And she's like, but my dad thinks it's a good one. I said, but it's not. I said, I'll tell you what, this weekend, let's go look at it, and then we'll go from there. I come home that next day, it's in the driveway.
She went and bought a car without
She had $300 payments. She made $800 a month.
Oof. And you weren't married or anything, but you lived together, so you were basically sharing income.
Yep. So
that's hard.
So I started having to pay.
You gotta talk about those big. So you were paying for the car.
She covered most of it, but I had to pay for like her part of the electric here and there and things like that. And like I was paying for a lot extra stuff, or like when we'd go out, she didn't have it.
Right.
So I started having to pay more for everything because she had that.
The answer here is, yeah, it's okay to have different levels of that as long as you discuss the purchase and actually like take each other's advice and feelings into account. There's no point in discussing things if you're not going to listen and just do it anyway.
Just under 6 months of having that vehicle, the transmission went out. Guess who paid for that? $2,200. $2,219 actually.
It's like a third the price of the car.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Not if you count tax and interest. Let's see. That one?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Is it okay to have different preferred levels of spiritual beliefs and practices?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as your spiritual beliefs don't tell you that my spiritual beliefs make me a bad person. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's really where the problem is. Like, if you are a part of a religion or a spiritual community that has the belief that one specific or a few specific other religions or spiritual communities are bad and they're bad people, or like just very, very negative thoughts about that, and then your partner is part of those, that is a problem. I don't think that is okay. That's not going to work in that relationship. If you're part of a religion or a spiritual community that thinks negatively about other spiritual communities, you can only be with somebody in your spiritual community. You're limited there.
Otherwise, you're going to leave each of your events with a chip on your shoulder about that person.
Yeah, or you're going to try to convert that person, which that is not okay. Like, let your person believe what they want to believe. I have different spiritual beliefs than you. You have different spiritual beliefs than me. That's just how it goes. We both respect each other's beliefs, and they're compatible with each other. Very, very compatible with each other. And yeah.
Yeah. Like I know people where like their significant other is huge in going to church every Sunday. They love church. They want to go to church every Sunday. But their significant other is like, I don't want to. I don't like church. I don't go to church. So they understand that. Now, like my buddy who does that, he'll go on Easter Sunday with her and for Christmas service.
But he won't begrudge her for going.
He won't. He's like, hey, go have
and
fun.
And she's okay with him not going.
Yeah, they're perfectly, because they understand that neither one of them are in the same boat. But she goes, can you give me those two? And he says yes. So that was their compromise. So he plays video games on Sunday morning.
I think it's okay. Yeah. I think it's okay as long as it's compatible.
I agree. Is it okay to have different preferred levels of spending time outdoors?
Yeah, because you prefer to be outdoors and I don't. So, and we're together, so it's fine.
Yeah. Outdoors isn't a make or break moment.
It depends. And it depends on, like, he likes to go camping. I do not. Now, if I don't like to go camping, and I say, because I don't like to go camping, you can't go camping with anybody else. And he goes, but I want to go camping and you won't go camping. Yes, that's correct. I will not go camping. I refuse to go camping. Okay, so I want to go with my friends. No, I'm not okay with you going with your friends. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That is an absolute problem, because now he doesn't get to do what he wants at all, just because I don't want to do it. So instead, it's, I really don't want to go camping. Please don't make me go camping. He goes, I will not make you go camping as long as I can go camping with my friends. I'm like, do you want to go camping with my friends too?
Yeah.
Have them. Yeah. I have friends that have asked me to go camping and I won't go with them either. Hey, you guys go camping. All y'all that don't want to go camping, let's go get a hotel.
I was talking about camping, and then a couple of the noise complaint members were like, I'll go. And Jen's like, thank God I don't have to go.
I know. I was just like, thank God you have people to go camping with.
She was like, someone to go with you.
I do not want to go. And then a couple other members, like Alex, was just like, I don't want to go. And I'm like, awesome, let's go to Disney. They'll go camping, we'll go to Disney.
All right, next
I will camp in Fort Wilderness.
Is it okay to have different preferred levels of physical affection during sleep? Yes.
I'm unconscious. It's sure.
I think
if it's hot, don't touch me.
Yeah, I think it's like the physical affection. Like, there are times where she's like freezing, so I'll snuggle up against her just to help get her warm. Now, mind you, I get warm super fast.
Yeah, so that has to last like 30 seconds.
And then, so like after a couple minutes, then I'll kind of roll over and I'll put my arm on her because I know that it's gonna keep her warm. But she also knows that if I get warm, to try not to snuggle up against me.
Yeah, I think we live in Florida. It's really temperature specific here.
Yeah.
That was a weird question,
yeah.
But is it okay to have different preferred levels of spending time alone? Yes, I think, but at the same time, in some relationships, that won't work. I don't prefer to spend time alone. I prefer to be around you pretty consistently. However, you like your alone time and to do things that I'm not necessarily into. I think as long as your alone time doesn't encroach upon the time that I want to spend with you, it's perfect. So like, I want to spend my time with you when I get home from dance and you get home from work. I want to spend time with you. You spend that time with me. Then I go to bed. He stays up for 2 more hours and plays video games. He wanted his alone time. He got that alone time, and it didn't take away from my time with him, since my time with him is so limited. I know I say, like, I spend all my time with you, but, like, I really don't.
You guys got to remember, though, like, I get up and I'm usually up at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm gone usually between 7 and 7:30 for work. And I don't get home till, like, if I don't have anything in the evening, I wouldn't get home till, like, 6:30.
Or 7. And I'm not getting home till 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So
and then after that,
I haven't
when she
seen
gets
him all
home,
day. I don't see him all night.
Even if she gets home at 10, she gets home, she showers, she gets situated. I don't see her till 11.
We have like an hour with each other. So if he wanted his alone time during that hour, it would be a problem. But since he doesn't want his alone time during that hour, and he takes it at times that maybe I have a rehearsal or I'm busy or I'm asleep, then it's compatible.
Yeah.
So one more question before we leave this one, and we'll do a part 3.
Is it okay to have different preferred levels of spending time with friends and family?
I don't like that question.
Yes, it is. It's
yes,
okay.
I just don't like that question because it's easy. Like, we just answered that. Let me pick one. Is it essential for couples to have similar life goals? That's a great question. Is it essential for couples to have similar life goals? I actually think that can be a detriment to them. If, let's say, I wanted to be a professional musician and you wanted to be a professional DJ, you would think that's compatible, correct? And yet, let's say he has like weekly gigs all around, doing weddings, doing club nights, doing karaoke or whatever, and you're making good money as a DJ. And I get an opportunity to go on tour with my band. And I say, you know, I'm going to be gone for 9 months. You should probably come with me. And you go, I can't because my career is doing this. In the arts, it's so hard. Like, or if I get a film role and that takes me away, but you booked a gig that I said I was going to be a part of and help you with, or those weekly DJ gigs I'm a part of, or like, you get asked to go like direct a film out in LA, but I can't do my shows without you because you play the backtracks for my shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, being an artist, it is important that it is compatible, maybe not necessarily the same. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what if you have someone who, what's a good example? Like someone who wants to move up in the corporate world. Let's say I wanted to be like a CEO of a company and I want to move up in the corporate world. Mm-hmm. And so did you. Mm-hmm. But we work at different companies or even the same company. Let's say we both work where you work. Mm-hmm. Do they know where you work? Do you want us to do? No. Okay. Let's say we both work where he works. Mm-hmm. And I have been working for this promotion and they give it to me. And he's working for a promotion and they give it to him. And mine requires me to live in Detroit, Michigan. And his requires him to move to Charlotte, North Carolina. One of us has to not take our promotion. Mm-hmm. So similar life goals? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Or we work for two different companies and I work for like Bank of America and I get this huge promotion in the accounting department and they want me to move out to San Francisco. But you just got promoted to a different job and they wanted you to move to Utah. Mm-hmm. Or that you have to stay in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope.
It's hard.
Compatible, not the same. Mm-hmm. Compatible life goals are awesome. Mm-hmm. So like if you're somebody that wants a military career, you don't want to be with somebody who wants a corporate career that might have them move to different places because your job's going to have you move to different places. If you're a military career person, you probably want someone with a more flexible life goal mm-hmm. so that they are able to move with you. Mm-hmm. Compatible, not the same.
Yeah.
That is the best way to go. Mm-hmm. As artists, our goals are compatible with mm-hmm. each other, but they're not the same mm-hmm. at all. So
yeah, I agree with that. Like with the compatibility, like my ability to make music helps you.
But that's not what you like. It's a life goal. That's different.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like we're compatible as far as like that. But our stuff is similar, but it's not.
What's your life goal is to be an artist, a DJ, and to climb the corporate ladder, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. My life goal is to be a dancer. And those are not similar. They're a little similar. You can be an artist anywhere. Yeah. You can be a DJ anywhere. Mm-hmm. There are lots of places to climb the corporate ladder. Mm-hmm. I may get an opportunity that puts me in a very, very specific place. Mm-hmm. Now, right now, we're stuck here because we bought a studio, so like here we are. But yeah. Compatible, not similar. Similar can be a very bad thing. Yeah. So, good questions. Mm-hmm. All right, so we are going to do a part 3, so stay tuned for that. If you have any answers to these, go ahead and write them down in the comments, mm-hmm. or if you want to argue with us about any of our answers, please do. I love a good debate. Yeah. But yeah, super fun.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Hang out with us some more. We got all kinds of fun things, challenges, vlogs, Q&As, HOA attacks, unicorn yoga, things like that. But no, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys on the part 3. I'm Sean.
And I'm Jen.
And we're out of here. Bye.